is several days. So normally all virus, if any, which was living there on the currency when it was put in to the system, by the time it comes into an ATM and comes into your hand, all the virus is dead. Any virus can actually get onto the currency from that point on. So where does the infection point happen in when you take money out of ATM currency? It would definitely happen, say, if you open the door of the ATM, this thing, or if you use that keyboard on that you start using without putting your glove on, without sanitizing, you are not careful enough to use the sanitizer after coming out. That's the only way you can get on the currency. So I want to lay at rest the fear factor on this, that you are much safer using a card rather than currency. Where mobile payments are concerned, I'm very sure that it is like that. I tried to look up data on electronic usage, but unfortunately, any public domain uh, from the lockdown period to this date, I couldn't collect any kind of data which shows that there is a spurt in anything. But general business being down, I expect the figures to be down. Any kind of study that we can do perhaps would be the proportion of payments which have gone that way to this way. But I would, looking at what's happening generally in the society, I personally feel that it's cash which is back. Because the simple data, you look at March 31st data on our fortnightly Reserve Bank of India figure shows 23.46 lakh crores was the currency was public. On April 10th, it jumped to 23.91, a significant jump for just 10 days, and that too in a lockdown period. So once the lockdown happens, what would happen? Would currency come back with full force? Yes, it does, because I have been talking to few people in the currency sector in other parts of the world. What I gathered from them was, the currency presses are working all over the world. India, I don't know, maybe because of lockdown they may be closed, but Reserve Bank of India keeps a substantial buffer stock, so there won't be any need to worry. But why are they printing full flow all over the world? Because they are what they told us is there are so many kinds of packages being given to the public, and then somebody whom I talked to from a bank referred, sir, in a bank the government paid 500 rupees to women. The first thing they did is they rushed to the bank to withdraw the money out. Now the second point is the electronic payments is still the domain of a very narrow section of the population. We have 6.3 lakh villages, give or take a few thousand here and there, but our bank's presence is less than quarter of that. Our post office presence is less than quarter of that, and both of them are overlapping. So basically 2/3 of the country's villages may not be having any kind of an outlet. And if you add all your say business correspondents and everything, clearly 50% is totally unbanked, where in terms of getting cash from somewhere is concerned, which would mean that for running the village economy, for all the small kirana shops here and there, vegetable vendors and all, what you would need is you would need cash at hand. uh, then just the issue that I see now is this being a total crisis period, we would not get any sure pointers for a long-term situation scenario outside the COVID period. That's what I feel. That we would come later on only. But the feedback that I have is that cash would continue to be there for a very long time, and we cannot just yet say that cash is not king in the market. I would like to take more on the questions instead of talking more on the subject, because this is what is there to it. It's a behavior issue, but more and more I find that people, you were more comfortable using cards because the cards are not there. Even the grocery shops are not taking the payment by cards now. Even people who were earlier taking by cards. That's the experience that I have. And anyway, not much of petrol and petrol bunk is at petrol bunks is being sold. So that's another place where we have good card use.
Yeah, that is a great insight, sir. We have great insights that cash is coming back. The statistics shows that after the lockdown also announced prior to that, the cash has increased leaps and bounds. I'm trying to open up the window for the questions to come. Before that, I will just sum up the questions before I open up the forum to the attendance. Sir, this is a time of you can say new normal. People have not witnessed, or the whole world has not witnessed such a chaos, if I can say, both in the business as well as in the personal side. Some people call this as VUCA. You know, sir, VUCA. It's called volatile, uncertainty, complex, and ambiguity. This is what they call VUCA times. So, given this challenging times and going forward, this pandemic, we are seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. There are a lot of interactions happening within the business, within the industry leaders, as to how the economy will drive. So there are two factors facing us, staring at us. One is the lockdown, and two, if those areas which are not hotspots, which are open to economic activity, people will start going to the factories, people will start going to attending the offices which are not hotspot, and the lockdown is lifted, things will start coming back to normalcy. What is your take on this, sir? On cash revival and after the lockdown?
Actually, Tyag, there are questions which are there in the chat. Should I start with
I'm coming to that.
And merge your answer in that?
You can, sir. I'm coming to that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll take this first question. Do you foresee a need by the central bank in the country to create awareness about scientific community's consensus that coronavirus transmission via banknote is relatively unlikely?
Yeah.
Here, what I would like to say is, it is more or less proven that the currency notes role is lot less than other surfaces. It is just like any other surface. But what you are saying is that the central bank should play a role. I assure you that after this webinar ends, I am going to write to Deputy Governor this particular question and see if central bank actually can do something about spreading some consensus on this issue. That's what I can do. I'm going to write to our Deputy Governor on this. The second one is, despite ATM services, CRA being part of essential services, still a lot of them aren't able to operate in a lot of states, green zone in India. Any suggestions to address the same? Actually, this scenario, this also had a chance to talk to a lot of people. The scenario is quite new to a lot of people. Even the governments, everything is new. When the moment it happened, nobody knew what to do. But I believe by now the essential services are well settled. But what is happening is the turnaround for for the ATM service providers and all these cash management people. You fill an ATM in a place in 3-4 hours, it is getting over. To fill it again actually is taking another 2 days. So it's an issue of turnaround, and I think our people have to get up faster to this. It's part of essential service, yes, and I think there is no issue with police and all now. What all those things happened in the first 15 days, they are not happening now. With consumption going down and opportunities to spend are going down, is there a possibility of increase in velocity? Well, this is a kind of an economics kind of a question. I'm not sure I can answer it with all this thing, because this is outside the syllabus, I can say. Yes, all the places on which we are velocity of money, actually, let me tell you, there's too many things involved in it. It just not involves the money which is spent in cash and other things like that. Yes, the cash will be moving very fast, that much I can tell. But velocity, the term possibility of increase in velocity, I don't know. You're talking of velocity of cash. Yes, velocity of cash, it will turn around very, very fast. But velocity of other things, money and all, oh, I don't know. If somebody else has a better answer, maybe they can go ahead. The next question is, when are you expecting the transactions on ATMs to come back to pre-COVID days? You mentioned that cash held by the public has increased, but per my understanding, the ticket size of cash withdrawal has increased significantly, and the number of transactions seems to have gone down. Yes, you are right. Even from a personal example, I can tell you, I used to only withdraw 10,000 per ATM visit. Now I withdraw 20,000. Most people are withdrawing more because they are requiring more cash. That is why ticket size has gone up. Another good reason perhaps is uh, people are not able to go out of the house so often, and they really want to reduce their interaction with the various surfaces, including the ATM surface, which is used by multiple number of people. That is why the number of transactions may go down, but the ticket size would definitely increase, and the turnaround of cash through ATMs would increase. When would it come back to what it was pre-COVID days? God knows. We have still not reached the full flattening of the curve. We don't know how long this tunnel is, and only when we know that. But normally, I expect at least 6 months before we can come back to any kind of normalcy. But that is only based on gut feeling, not on any hard data. It is expected that Indian economy will see a significant drop in GDP. No, no, no. This is an area which I wouldn't go through. The economists are giving, Reserve Bank of India is giving guidances, Government of India, then you have IMF, so many people doing the job. Yes, whenever pandemics occur, a general statement is, yes, sir, the economy would go down. Obviously, we are been in a state of lockdown for 40 days. So 40 days of production loss that cannot be made up. Wouldn't business correspondence model work out good in current scenario in the tier 2 and tier 3 green zone cities? Yes, definitely. Business correspondent model is a boon. We definitely can't go and set up ATMs in all these spots or in remote areas immediately. So I expect business correspondence turnover to increase quite a lot. The COVID-19 crisis and the accompanying economic crisis has questioned the preeminence of US dollar. No, this question is outside the syllabus. This is not part of our webinar. With the public at large being stuck at home during lockdown and not much activity, both electronic and ATM transactions should have taken a big hit. What is your estimation of drop in transactions? Well, I expect the amount of money that gets out of the ATMs to be more or less 80-90% of what it was. Number of transactions will drop. The ticket size will increase. I expect a 25-30% drop, but that our EPS people who are there on the field would confirm with me. People prefer cash because of anonymity, particularly in our country when people want to donate money. Do you think cryptocurrency will take? Anyways, sincerely speaking, this is also outside the syllabus, but cryptocurrency will not take over from cash. You know, cryptocurrency is used to make payments. I don't mind saying it on webinar, where people want to maintain anonymity, but they have to make payments far away. So that is there. You can make cryptocurrency anonymously over a distance. That is the only place where it scores over cash. Cryptocurrency will never take over because 80-90% of all cash transactions are very small cash transactions. You know, they are all these 50 rupees, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 300 rupees, what you pay with the grocers, what you give it to the barber, to the milkman, to the shops, grocery shops. These are the payments, petrol bunks. So where is the question of cryptocurrency in all this? So I have run through the list of questions. These are all the questions that are there right now. Yes, Jack.
Sir, this is a very lively session. We got inputs on the question and answers. My take, as usual, what is the road ahead, sir? What do you think in your viewpoint? After the lockdown, and how do you foresee things? When you said 6 months, but as currency picks up momentum, do you think that the service providers and the whole ecosystem in the essential services, as you have said, there has to be some stimulus package? I'm generally, saying, what is your take and what is the way road ahead?
No, today in the afternoon, actually, I'm also a consultant. So some people were asking me the business of restaurants, resorts, the movie halls. It will be quite some time. People will gather in one place. So obviously, there has to be some kind of a relief package to make them survive this period. But where we are concerned, the ATM industry is concerned, they we definitely, this industry would require some help in terms of raising money to set up new ATMs in remote places, and some kinds of concessions from banks to whom we provide the services, so that more and more ATMs can be set up, and also micro ATMs for providing currency to the people. Because the general experience, I am I don't tire of repeating this again. Whenever there is a crisis, where global crisis like this, what takes over is cash and not the electronic payments. And I expect cash to really rise in a very big way. And ultimately, whenever government releases these huge packages and then gives space money through the accounts to the direct beneficiaries and all, it is, they in turn are not making payments by electronic payments. The first payment is going by electronic means. The next payment onwards, they go and immediately take cash and spend cash. So we should, the and of course, Reserve Bank of India must be alive to this problem, and there will be an attempt to ensure that there is sufficient currency with the public.
Uh, is there any other questions, sir? One second, I'm just going through that. If there's some before I.
Yeah, two more questions have landed up. Actually, I have seen.
So, yeah, this is on the international scene. If you can see that Taiwan has recently withdrawn currency circulation after outbreak.
After the COVID outbreak, and the government plans to sanitize the currency, do you think India government will do so? See, sanitizing the currency is not a very difficult thing at all. You can sanitize the entire vault in a big way and then release the currency. Sanitizing the currency is not at all a problem. In any case, the best way of killing the virus on currency is keep it locked up for 48 hours or 72 hours. That why Taiwan has withdrawn its currency, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, currency need not be withdrawn, and each currency note need not be cleaned nicely or washed in a washing machine and given to anybody. The sanitization, the virus gets killed in 24-48 hours. If it remains in a box or it remains in an ATM, you release it to ATM after 72 hours, then it's clean. Will bank issue more cards in future, as digital payments are not much useful to make payments for our daily
requirements?
Will bank issue more cards, or it is more cash? The question is wrong. Will bank issue more cards in future, as digital payments are not much useful? If digital payments are not much useful, why will they issue cards? Make payments for our daily requirement. It should be bank issue more cash. And I think cash withdrawals actually are happening. Currency with public is rising a little bit abnormally. Only once the lockdown is over, you will find an abnormal increase. But there will be a good increase in electronic payments too.
Yeah.
See, one of the big places where electronic payments, retail payments were happening is what? Restaurants. God knows when restaurants will start coming back. Movie theaters. See, where all your millennial generation spends its money, all those outlets are closed. The cash outlets are the outlets which are open. And when those outlets open, only those kind of payments will increase.
It's been out and out a good.
One second. What changes do you recommend in the operating model of ATM service providers? See, what changes I don't recommend. Why? If what difficulties ATM providers are facing is removed, then I think the ATM providers will do a great job. The difficulties is they should get quick cash. Whatever monies that they have to be reimbursed, the money has to come back. All the reconciliations have to happen fast. And in case if they are facing any problems in terms of carrying cash from one place to another and all those things, if they are removed, if you sort of lubricate that process, I think the ATM service provider industry will take care of the requirements that are to be that have to come. Uh, Operating model, I don't think one can change in such short times. How do you see direct payment transfer will help cash demand go up in coming months?
Yeah.
Of course, this has been validated actually. When the first set of payments have hit the people, a large number of people, immediately the next day we found huge queues, ignoring all social distancing norms outside bank branches to collect cash. So direct payments transfer will, of course, wherever direct payments have taken place, it is normal and natural that cash demand will increase. Cash increase is definitely going to happen. Then cash in ATM goes through a process of friction technology, and during that process, the temperature may raise up to more than 35. Oh, come on! See, this temperature thing, there is no final word. I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but on temperature, there are various things starting from 35 degrees to 92 degrees. So that virus getting killed from notes dispensed from ATM is not there. The only thing that people talk is soap water nowadays. Nothing else kills that virus outside a human body. In human body, it is our antibodies. So we have no answer to that. Raising the temperature, no. We obviously, even in the vaults, we can't raise the temperature too high. Currency also burns snow. We have to take care of that too. So this kind of technology won't help. But the fact is, if the danger in currency use is not from taking it out of an ATM, but the frequent transfers, it goes through various hands. And if the various hands are not sanitized immediately after use or before use, there is some chance of virus transmission. Yes. So we have to be a bit careful in that. From coming out of ATM, it's nearly virus free. I'm 100% sure, because usually it is at least 72 hours. It's been kept cold somewhere.
Sir, there is one question about polymer currency.
Don't use
sir, my polymer currency.
Okay. Globally, many governments are issuing currency of polymer use, and they consider it safe. What is your view? This I can say it with finality. Actually, polymer, at least the coronavirus lives on polymer for a far longer time than on currency, with the cloth currency that we use. So advocates of polymer currency can think of something else other than saying that it will be good in COVID times, because the polymer currency, this virus lives longer than on cloth currency. That is final. There is absolutely no doubt on that. You can check up with any scientific this thing. On cloth currency, this is cloth currency only. On cloth currency, it is much less than what is on polymer currency. So the India following suit, an Indian project of pilot project, that is totally separate. That's all planned, and it has nothing to do with COVID. Yes.
All right, sir.
There is one more. Akash Shetty asked me, do you see any increase in digital transaction in rural areas? Considering the drawback of bandwidth, do you think India is ready for this? Actually, digital transaction, whatever is taking place in rural areas is going on. Bandwidth is not the issue there. What I expect in rural areas is actually the cash transactions will go up now.
Sir, the cash is always the trusted media of exchange for any commercial transactions. So having said, cash provides, we are a cash savvy economy and continue to have cash as the primary exchange of commerce. So thank you so much, sir. Before just ending this online viewpoint series, there is one question of lighter vein. which I wanted you to ask. Sir, what did you, learn or gain in the last 1 month, which you have not gained or learned in your career or the lifetime?
What did I learn?
Yes, in this past 1 month.
In a lighter vein, if you want the answer, it is bartan, jadu, pocha, and pakana.
That's a learning, yes, sir. There's a need of the
our
hour.
building has prohibited all help.
Yeah,
The other thing is, when I was in the Reserve Bank, I was a great champion of electronic payments. So electronic banks with coming up with electronic products and all. Most of the industry actually knows me for that kind of work for a period of time from 2004 to something like 2012-14. But now I think I have withdrawn a good amount of cash because you require first is there is a fear factor that I go to ATM, there's no money in the ATM. So if I get my 20, take it. My son withdraws another 20. Keep a good amount of money in the house. Now the question of anybody thieving the money doesn't arise because nobody comes into the house. And anybody coming, our monthly payments of 25,000-30,000, you have to pay in cash only. So like anybody else, like my neighbors too, there's nothing new where I'm concerned. I'm feeling comfortable keeping some amount in the almara. That is the.
Sir, can I say that it's an Indian mindset, sir? I have rightly said it's an Indian mindset to have a lot of cash at our disposal. So thank you so much, and you have set the momentum for this viewpoint series in the days to come. And I hope
there is one last question we'll answer, sir. Please wait for 2-3 minutes. Some Jitendra Chivati has written. In any emergency situation, liquidity becomes more in demand. Of course, it does. COVID is no exception. How to handle such cash demand to meet customers' requirements and avoid panic? I don't think there is any panic on the side of the cash. There's nearly 100,000 crores of cash withdrawal which has happened from March 15th to April 10th. It has come. There is sufficient buffer with the Reserve Bank. There is sufficient printing capacity. There's absolutely no fear of non-availability of cash. So Jitendra Chivati, I'm just telling you that it is this is something you need not worry about. This is being handled very effectively. Yes, that's it. See,
correct, sir. So
questions. Anyway, 20 questions have been answered, so that is good. I thank you all. This has been a wonderful experience, and in a very short time, you have made this all possible. And I'm also glad that EPS is there in this knowledge part, spreading knowledge, and on a common platform to everybody in the industry. And I look forward to the remaining of your series, and I look forward to this lockdown ending, and pray that we come back to normalcy as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for so much of learning curve, and we look forward to the real back old days in the near future. And thank you so much. Thanks, participants. Bye-bye. Good day.
Good day.